Set in a minimalistic, stylized universe. Or stylized. Yes, sterilized. Sterilized universe. Boy, that sucks. Search the Magic Kingdom. Once upon a time, an evil magician stole an enchanted goblet. Goblet, huh? But the good news is, in their catalog, they do have a description, so I'll read you that one. Oh, shoot. Well, hello there, all you real gamers and gatekeepers out there. Retro Rob here, and today I'm going to talk about, well, basically telling Atari what to do. Because, you know, I'm totally qualified. Anyway, Atari has now released 2 games in the Recharged series. The first one was Missile Command. It was pretty darn good. I liked that one. And then after that, they did Centipede, and I thought that was pretty solid too. They've been doing a fairly good job with it. Now they've announced Black Widow will be released very soon, followed by Asteroids and Breakout, not necessarily in that order. And I'm okay with almost all those. I don't know how Breakout's gonna work. I liked Pong Quest a lot. I don't know how excited people are going to be for Breakout, but we'll see. You know, it could work out. Let's just see what they do with it. They've done okay so far, so willing to give it a chance. Anyway, I thought that I would come up with 5 other game series that maybe Atari should revive, and then I've got a bonus one for you as well. Let's just get started with number 5.
Number 5.
Alright, number 5 is Major Havoc. You are Major Havoc, leader of a brave band of clones, all from one and one from all. That's pretty funny, actually. Fighting for humanity. Eons ago, the evil Vaxian Empire overran the galaxy. Most of your ancestors were enslaved and taken to the Vaxian homeworld. Only a few scientists escaped. Today, the Empire has all but decayed, yet Vaxian space stations, controlled and defended by robots, still patrol the galaxy. The small band of scientists cloned you, Major Havoc, to fly your Catastrophighter. Oh my god, that's the best name ever, isn't it? That is like the best name ever. Catastrophighter. Can't beat that one. Through a wormhole in space to lead your clone army against the dreaded Vaxian robots, and to free your people by destroying the enemy reactor. Yeah, now that's some good stuff. That's exciting, right? This is ripe for revival. So basically in the game, you blast waves of enemies, and then you try to survive long enough to get yourself to the mothership, and then you go inside the mothership. Not with your ship, no. You exit the ship, and then you walk around inside the mothership and try to blow it up from inside. That is really cool. It was the first time I'd seen anything like that. It was like basically Space Invaders, and then I dropped into Berserk. It was great. Probably more like Galaga. But anyway, just a brilliant idea. I really liked it. Now imagine this with some gameplay improvements, maybe like dual stick. You know, like a dual stick shooter once you get inside the base, because I don't know that the platforming element of it would hold up very well. I guess you could modernize the platforming, but you definitely need to do something with it because it was a little bit floaty and a little bit, I don't know, a little bit goofy. But just imagine it, you know, you still have the same idea where you're fighting off waves of enemies, maybe add some upgrades to your ship and all that other stuff, and then you go into a base and destroy it, and then it's off to the next base, which is harder, and try to destroy that, maybe while upgrading your character and your ship. That would be cool as heck. You can even keep the vector graphics, since the new Atari Recharged games are like that anyway, and it would probably work really, really well. Alright, let's go on to number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4, Frisky Tom. Number 4 is Desert Falcon. I'm kind of surprised they haven't done more with this one, but they haven't. So here goes the description. You are the Royal Desert Falcon, questing for precious gems and Egyptian hieroglyphs hidden in the endless desert. Invincibility, warp speed, and quick shots are only some of the many magical powers you'll gain on your search. Use them to capture a trove of treasures. But watch out for the evil ones, mythical flying beasts, blazing fire pots and howling sphinxes guard the jewels you seek. And yeah, I think this would make a good reboot IP. I don't know if you would get away with the vector idea that they've been doing. I think you just want to really clean up the graphics, maybe modernize them, turn it into, maybe a 3D style isometric shooter. There's not a lot of isometric shooters out there anymore, and by that I mean like Zaxxon. So it would be kind of original, I think. Modernize the graphics a bit, work on those controls, make them really smooth, make it a playable game with a lot of different upgrades and a lot of interesting enemies. I think it'd be really cool, and I think a lot of people would find that kind of a refreshing game to play. So yeah, Desert Falcon for the win, maybe. All right, let's go on to number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3, iRobot. Big Brother has said no jumping, but it's all poor robot 1984 loves to do. He must travel through each maze-like level, eliminating the shield protecting Big Brother's watchful eye, and then destroy the eye itself. After each level, he gets to fly through space to the next level, where he begins his task anew. Pretty basic description of a game. This one, when I was a kid, they had this one at the North Side Cinema, and I don't know how many times I nearly missed a movie because of that game. Maybe not missed the entire movie, but I certainly went late to a couple movies because I was busy playing iRobot. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a very smooth, playable game. It's one of the first games I remember being in 3D, like actually having polygons in it. But I guess there were a few others, but I think at that time they were very slow. This was very smooth, very enjoyable game. I really liked it. I heard that it was a financial failure for Atari, which is kind of too bad, but I think by now they should have got over it, right? Maybe they can bring it back. That would be really cool, because I really liked that game.
Number 2.
Number 2, Food Fight. It's every school kid's dream come true and every chef's nightmare. Hurl mounds and mounds of fabulous food at snippy, disgruntled chefs. If you manage to ward them off, you'll be rewarded with free giant ice cream cone. I made that a translation. You'll be awarded with free. It's with a free. Sorry. Giant ice cream cone. But if you miss, look out for the flying spinach or cherry tarts or tomato puree. Alright, well, this one was an arcade classic. I'm kind of surprised it hasn't been redone before. And I'm also gonna note that I have heard a rumor while I was looking this one up that it's actually going to happen, and they're going to be remaking it with the help of Mega Cat Studios, who's a friend of mine, which, well, their group is a friend of the podcast that I'm on. So that's kind of exciting. I didn't know they were doing it, which is kind of, news to me. But that happens every once in a while. I don't get all the news, But anyway, Food Fight apparently is being redone, so I can't wait to see that one. So number 2's been kind of taken away already. Don't worry, I've got a bonus one for you.
Number 1.
And number 1 is Adventure, an Atari VCS classic. Oddly enough, there is no description on the back of the box. However, the good news for you is I happen to have a lot of these catalogs, and they did have a description there, so I'm going to read it to you. Search the Magic Kingdom. Once upon a time, an evil magician stole an enchanted goblet and hid it somewhere in the kingdom. Now you must find it, but it won't be easy. 3 deadly dragons and a black bat will try to stop you. Have no fear, your magic sword will help protect you. Cross the bridge, if you can, and get the magnet that will attract the goblet. Watch out, the dragon's waiting to eat you. And if you can't get out of this one, just press the button and live happily ever after. 3 skill levels. That was it. That was the description it had. But this is one that I think probably every Gen X kid has dreamt of seeing come back in like a big way. I mean, yeah, there was that Adventure too, but I'm talking like a AAA level thing, just, like full-blown 3D graphics and stuff like that with, obviously a much wider gameplay feel, maybe something over the shoulder. view, and with just a lot more monsters and kind of some lore from the original in it. You know, it was a very basic game even at the time, but the idea of turning that into a full-blown kingdom and an adventure would be really, really cool, and I think a lot of people would dig it. And I think Atari should really just do something with it. All right, on to the bonus one. All right, and my last pick here, which is the bonus pick, is Minimum, which you've probably never heard of. Set in a minimalistic, stylized universe, Minimum features fast-paced combat with an elaborate blueprint crafting system that pits two teams against each other with their own gigantic robotic titan. Collect materials from fallen foes and build damaging weapons to become deadlier as the matches progress. And this is a great game. I think it had like 3 phases in it. It was one of my favorite games for quite a bit, and then they basically just, I don't know, dropped support for the servers. I guess you can get games now, and the servers have been privatized, but for a while there, you couldn't get a game going, which is kind of too bad. And this game really does deserve to be revisited. Really liked it. I liked the graphics. I liked the teamwork that was in it. And again, just a fun game. Love that one. All right, that's it. And that wraps it up for the 5 games I'd like to see Atari remake over the next couple of years. What do you think of this list? Also, do you got your own favorite Atari-owned IP that you think they should bring back? By the way, I'm going to put a link down to their IP list below so you can see what they could actually do something with. Anyway, I want to thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do me a big favor, give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in a couple days. Bye.